Coach, Urban indicated on his Fox show last weekend that there was a big drop between Justin Fields and the other two. To what extent are the other two game ready? And would you have to pare things down for Gunner or Sugar?
Well, I think that Gunner, he just hasn't really had as many snaps under his belt, so he doesn't quite have a grasp of the offense like the other guys do. Chris has been in the offense before, and he's done some really good things in camp. So I think they all bring different skill sets to the table. So I think any time, and that's the best part about this offense, is that you can tailor it based on who's in the game. And so, yeah, if those guys are in the game, then it's probably looking a little different.
Front row left, Nathan.
With Brandon Bowen, his maturity, kind of, just sort of his life experiences, how do you see that playing into just how he plays on the field, and if there's any kind of residual effect on that unit or the team?
Yeah, no, I think anytime you have guys like him who been in the program for a while, it's like having a man. It's like having a professional on the team. They're almost players/coaches, I call them, and that's the approach he's had. You don't have to worry about what Brandon's doing at night. You don't have to worry about going to class. He's graduated. He's done all those things. And so, he's all about making sure that he's ready to roll. He's taking care of his body, and he's producing. He can take a meeting to the field. He's very serious about it, and his approach, is contagious.
And last question, far left, Bruce.
No business succeeds without a detailed business plan that is plots out and sticks to. In terms of thinking of yourself and your arrival here at age 40 as a head coach, as a young coach, did you have for lack of a better term, a business plan as to how to get, not here, but a place like here?
Yeah, I think there's two things there. I think one, there's the plan of once you're here, implementing the plan that you believe in, your philosophies, which that's really a combination of every place you've been and making it your own, and then kind of making decisions based on where you're at, the people you're at, the personnel, and going from there, and making sure you hire a really good staff. But in terms of having an opportunity to be in a situation like this, my biggest thing was I wanted to make sure I worked really, really hard. I wanted to make sure I exposed myself to some of the best coaches in the country, not afraid to take risks. And that goes with your family. If you don't have a family that's willing to move, 3 times in 3 years to go have an opportunity to go coach in the NFL, or then come back here to Ohio State, which is really the only place I would have left the NFL for, was to come to Ohio State, because this is just the greatest organization in all of America. But you have to really want to take risks. And then at the end of the day, you got to, trust your family that you're making the best decisions, expose yourself to great people, and then be really, really competitive. You got to win every single day. It's like any other job. And if you're tough and you're willing to fight every day, then good things are going to happen to good people who work hard.
You wouldn't have gone to Bama or Notre Dame or any other signature program where you could have made a similar impact?
Only Columbus.
When you're a young coach, really, really young, and you're starting to climb, at what point in your career did you start to envision that something like this was possible? And at the same time, do you ever find yourself looking around at other guys who were your age or younger, who were getting big jobs, and is there any, uneasiness within yourself or professional jealousy that, like, how did that guy get that job? You don't believe he's qualified for it.
Yeah, there's a lot to that question right there. But I would say that, yeah, from early on, I dreamed big. I was always taught to dream big at a young age, and I saw a lot of guys who moved up the profession and said, why can't that be me? And I had an opportunity to be around a guy who was my offensive coordinator at the University of New Hampshire. He went to Oregon, and then went from somebody nobody knew at the University of New Hampshire to one of the hottest names in all of football. And I realized that anything's possible, and he kind of taught me that, and I grabbed onto that and ran with it.
Coach, thank you very much.
Try to